How to get the highest common factor. The biggest times table that both are in is the highest common factor. 2 and 6 are both in the 2 times table. Yeah. So 2 is the biggest common factor of 2 and 6. 2 and 10 are both in the 2 times table because they're both even. They are both even. 2 and 8 are both in the 2 times table. They are both even. 2 is the highest common factor of 2 and 8. More difficult. 14 and 22 are both in the 2 times table. They are both even. 2 is the highest common factor for those. 56 and 94 are both in the 2 times table. 2 or 4 or 6 or 8 or 0 at the end is an even number. Yeah, even numbers all have a 6 at the end, or a 4 at the end, or a 2 at the end, or a 0 at the end. That's how you know they're even numbers. 18 and 16 are both in the 2 times table. A 2 or a 4 or a 6 or an 8 or a 0 in the units is an even number. That's how you know it's an even number. Odd numbers have 1, 3, 5, 7, 9. Even numbers we're doing at the moment. 4 and 90 are both in the 2 times table. A 2 or 4 or 6 or 8 or 0 in the units is an even number. Even. And 138 are both. 130. Need to change my book editing. And 138 are both in the 2 times table. A 2 or 4 or 6 or 8 or 0 in the units is an even number. 3 and 6 are both in the 3 times table. 9 and 12 are both in the 3 times table. 12 and 21 are both in the 3 times table. 1 plus 2 is 3. 2 plus 1 equals 3. Add the digits. So 1 plus 5 and 2 plus 6. 1 plus 5 is 6. 2 plus 4 is also 6. So 5. 1 plus 5 is 6. And 2 plus 4 equals 6. Add the digits. And then you can tell it's in the 3 times table. 18 and 27 are both in the 3 times table. 18 is 1 plus 8 is 9. 27 is 2 plus 7 equals 9. Add the digits. Add the digits to find if it's in the 3 times table. 33 and 54 are both in the 3 times table. 3 plus 3 is 6. 5 plus 4 is 9. Sum the digits. 90 and 51 are both in the 3 times table. 9 plus 0 is 9. And 5 plus 1 equals 6. Sum the digits. 39 and 48 are both in the 3 times table. 3 plus 9 is 12. 4 plus 8 is... 4 plus 8 is also 12. 12. Sum the digits. 609 and 78 are both in the 3 times table. Why? Because 6 plus 0 plus 9 is 12? No, 6 plus 15. That should be a 5. 15. And 7 plus 8 is also 15. Sum the digits to find out if it's in the 3 times table. If you add all the digits up and you get a number that's in the 3 times table, you know it's in the 3 times table. 1 plus 1 plus 1 is 3. Add the digits. 9 plus 6 is 15. Sum the digits. Sum means the same as add. They both have 3 letters. Sum and add mean the same. 2 plus 4 is 6. 0. 2 plus 4 plus 0 is 6. 6 plus 6 is 12. 6 plus 6. So because that adds up to 12, it's in the 3 times table. Because that adds up to 6, it's in the 3 times table. Sum the digits. Numbers are in the 3 times table if the sum of their digits is in the 3 times table. It only works for the 3 times table. There's another trick for the 9 times table, but don't go there. Not yet. Something and 10 are both in the 10 times table. I think there's meant to be a number there. 20 and 10 are both in the 10 times table. 10 and 5 are both in the 5. Both in the 5 times table. 10 and 25 are both in the 5 times table. 2 edits there. 35 and 50 are both in the 5 times tables. Numbers with 5 or 0 at the end are multiples of 5. Multiples means you're in that times table. 15 and 20 are both in the 5 times table because they've got a 5 or a 0 at the end. Numbers with 5 or 0 at the end are in the multiples of 5. 90 and 75 are both in the 5 times table. Numbers with 5 and 0 at the end are in the as units in the units are multiples of 5. Whew. Okay, 20 and 30 are both in 2 and 5 times table. The biggest number times table they're both in is 10. Tick. Oh, edit. 50 and 60 are both in the 2 times table because they're both even numbers. Numbers with 0, 2, 4, 6 and 8, they're in the 2 times table, but they're also in the 5 times table. If they've got a 5 or a 0, they're in a 5 times table. If the 5 or the 0 are in the units column. Biggest number times table, they're both in the 10 times table. 2 times 5 is 10. The highest common factor is 10. 40 and 70 are both multiples of 2 and 5. Yeah, because that's an even number. That's an even number. And also the multiples of 5 because they've got 0 in the units column. But they're also in the 10 times table. 10 is the biggest times table they're in. Tick. 80 and 90 are both multiples of 2. They're both multiples of 5. The biggest number there are multiples of is 10. Whew. 12 and 8 are both multiples of 2. The biggest number they are multiples of is 4. Multiples. 12 is in the 4 times table. 8 is in the 4 times table. Their highest common multiple is 4. 16 and 20 are both HCF equals 4. 16 and 20 are both multiples of 2. The biggest number they're multiples of is, it's 4 again. HCF equals 4. 18 and 12 are both have 2 as a factor. The biggest factor of 18 and 12 is 4. Tick. Edit. 22 and 4 have 2 as a factor. The biggest factor of 22 and 4 is 4. No, that's not true. 4 isn't a factor of 22. No, 24. That should be a 4. That should be a 4. Oh, otherwise it's a mistake. It's wrong. Change. 30 and 50 both have 2 and 5 as factors. The biggest factor of both 30 and 50 is 10. HCF equals 10. HCF equals 4. HCF equals 4. 70 and 10 both have 2 and 5 as factors. Times the 2 factors together to get the highest common factor of 30 and 50 is 10. Tick. 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 10 and 20 both have 2 and 5 as factors. The highest common factor of 10 and 20 is 10. Tick. Tick. I like ticks. 30 and 40 have 2 and 5 as factors. Also 10 is a factor, and the highest common factor of 30 and 40 is 10. Oh, that needs changing. Oh, edit. 30 and 15 both have 3 and 5. They're both in the 3 times table. They're both in the 5 times table. 1 plus 5 is 6. That's how I know it's in the 3 times table. The highest common factor of 30 and 15 is 15. Sometimes the highest common factor is one of the numbers. Not to worry. 20 and 16 both have 2 and 4 as factors. The highest common factor, which one's higher? 4. 10 and 70 both have 2 and 5 as factors, and also 10. The HCF of 10 and 70 is 10. Ching. 36 and 12 both have, oh, they're both in the 2 times table. They're both in the 4 times table. Anything, oh, they're both in the 12 times table. The HCF is 12. They're both in the 3 times table as well. And as factors. Cool. HCF is highest common factor. The highest common factor of 12 and 32. Well, they're both in the 2 times table. They're both in the 4 times table. So it's 4. 4 is the highest one. They're not both in the 3 times table because 3 plus 2 is 5. So they're not in the 3 times table. Circle the numbers in the 3 times table. 1 plus 2 plus 1, 4. No good. 1 plus 5 plus 6, 12. Yeah, that's in the 3 times table. 2 plus 0 plus 5, that's 7. That's not in the 3 times table. 3 plus 2 plus 0, that's 5. That's not in the 3 times table. 5 plus 1 plus 0, yes, 6. That's in the 3 plus 2 times table. 7 plus 0 plus 0 plus 2 makes 9. That is in the 3 times table. Good. Press like. Press subscribe. My name's Good Luck Gary. I work in the schools in Hong Kong. If your mum wants me to help you in the evenings with your science and maths, get her to ring me 980 68342. Bye!